Mother Nature must have been ticked off this morning as the rain was coming down in boatloads. My rebuttal, however, my waterproof Nikon Coolpix camera. On this dreary Thursday morning in July of 2016, we joined Train 4191, the local Sumas switcher, as they work the EPL feed plant, which just happens to be the first industry on the Linden branch. EPL Feed is the main producer of agricultural feed and supplies in the Whatcom County area. The company is a joint venture between the Ellenbaugh's Company and Land O'Lakes Incorporated that was founded in December of 2011. Prior to the merger, this elevator was strictly Ellenbaugh's property. Train 4191 has just picked up 3 fertilizer hoppers which will be taken to the Martin's Feed transload site in Linden sometime next week. This will most likely be on Tuesday. These loaded hoppers are backed onto a 3-car consist which consists of 2 empty hoppers and a tar tanker. These 2 hoppers will be brought into the EPL feed plant to be loaded, and the tanker will be brought down to ICO Pacific further down the branch line. However, before switching ICO, 4191 will switch out the Pacific Rim/Desicon Reload Center where double-stacked Rabanco well cars will be picked up. The containers are loaded with garbage from the local recycling center in Brennan, which is just south of Ferndale. Unfortunately, the closest place to film this switching job is at the Barbo Road grade crossing, which is an estimated 2,000 feet away from the reload center itself. I tried filming at the Pacific Rim's driveway, but they don't want anyone filming in their driveway. If it wasn't raining today, I could film from Barbo using my extended lens. However, with the camera being blurry on the waterproof camera, I'm going to have to wait for them to cross Barbo in the middle of switching to get any film. However, fate would intervene, and my Coolpix camera died for some reason. It just wouldn't turn back on until I recharged it. At the same time as this was going on, the crew is crossing Barbo. They have just removed the empty stacks out of Desicon. Right here, I am killing my good camera with it being out in the rain. Life has given us lemons, so I decide to call it quits for the day and return tomorrow where the weather calls for sun. When I arrived the next day, the switchers were parked just north of Garfield Street. Whenever the engines are parked there, it means that they are interchanging with the Canadian Pacific in Huntington, Abbotsford, British Columbia. This operation is tedious and can usually take up to 2 or 3 hours to complete because it's also when the switchers go on their seemingly never-ending lunch break. While I was waiting, I headed down and took some crossing pictures, which should be available soon on Mike's Railroad Crossing website. You can go to the site below in the description. When I returned, there was movement at Halverstick Road. This may look like an ordinary switch job, but it is not. This is actually BNSF 644, freight from Everett to Sumas. This train comes up from Everett and interchanges rail cars before returning. The operation usually takes place at nighttime, but on rare occasions they will do work during the day. At the time this was filmed, I had only seen it once in my 10-year of rail fanning, and that was in 2013. This crew has just connected onto one half of the Kansas, parked just south of the Desicon Spur and Bob Mitchell Avenue. They are now picking up the rest of the train in the overload section of the Linden branch, which is just past the crossing sensor for Halverstick Road. Unlike the Sumas Switcher, the crew spends more time checking the cars to ensure that nothing will go awry. During this time period, they will make small movements forward or backward to test the couplers and air hoses. This can be quite tedious for the casual driver who has no knowledge of the railroad secrets, and to them, this can be hell. After about 15 minutes, the train gets the all clear from the foremen, and they head out just north of Morgan Road, where they will stop and check all the airlines and put on the Fred, which is a flashing rear-end device. From here, they will head over to the Burlington Rail Yard in Skagit County. At the same time, the local switcher, Train 4191, has just finished up its interchange and is switching out the rail yard in Sumas. On the agenda, a work train is also heading up the track to head down the Linden branch to fix some broken spreaders in the town of Linden at Milepost 4. A maintenance away vehicle is also making its way up. Train 644's operations are suspended. They shut their lights off and did not move the rest of the time I was there. Not long after shutting down, here comes the maintenance away vehicle. It came up and went onto the siding before shutting down. The work train was rescheduled to go up the Linden branch on Saturday, so nothing else was moving other than Train 4191 itself. That would conclude this 2-day rail fanning expedition in Sumas. Until next time, thanks for watching everybody, and God bless. We'll see you next time, friends.